What's up, everybody? My name is Justin and I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. Today I have another tier list for you guys. This tier list is for all of the summer 2019 movies that I saw in theaters. So Netflix movies or straight to DVD or online movies will not be in this list. And what I consider to be a summer movie, and I've always thought this. So movies from May 1st to August 31st are considered to be summer movies for me. So unfortunately, Endgame is not considered a summer movie for me. And I have no plans on seeing anything that comes out next weekend, the last weekend of August, so I thought I would make this video a little early for you guys. I saw a total of 35 films in summer this theater. I like to go to the movies late at night after my daughter is asleep, so I got to check out a lot of movies after she was asleep. I brought my friend with me. I got some special advanced screenings, some press screenings along the way, and so it's been a fun movie. It's been a fun summer for movies. So I have here all of the movies that I saw in theaters, and so if you guys don't remember, you have the tier list here. You have the S, the A, B, C, D, S, like the best of the best. A are really great films, B are some really good films, C are some okay films, and D are like trash. They're like not very good at all. So I have 35 films, got a lot to talk about, so let's start with the first one here, and that is Aladdin. Aladdin was a fun film. I enjoyed this movie. I thought that Will Smith did a great job making his own genie. Some of the new songs in here worked. The visuals were great. Naomi Scott was good as Aladdin. I'm going to put it in the B section. I thought it was a pretty good film. Next up we have Angel Has Fallen. I just saw this one recently, and this was the last movie I wanted to see before I made this tier list. So Angel Has Fallen was painfully predictable. I like the movies. They're okay. They have some pretty good action scenes throughout. The dialogue was rather cheesy. It was predictable, but it was still an entertaining film. I just think it's okay. It's nothing spectacular. It's not the best of the series, but it's average. Next up we have The Angry Birds 2. I think the first and second Angry Bird films are okay movies. There's nothing really special about them. The animation works. Some of the adult humor is funny in the movie, but it does unfortunately rely heavily on some of those childish jokes. Like there's a pee joke in the movie. I remember that. There's like a joke about pee, and I thought it was just way too over the top. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the C section over here. So not turned out so good so far. Next up we have Annabelle Comes Home, the third Annabelle film in the Conjuring universe. I thought this was a decent film. A lot of good jump scares. Relied heavily on other characters to tell a scary story. Annabelle was kind of controlling every different artifact in the household. It was a pretty good film. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the B section. Next up we have Booksmart. Booksmart I unfortunately did not do a review for. I saw it like a month before it came out, so I had all the time in the world to review it for you guys, but I just didn't. So this is like my first thoughts I'm talking about on camera for Booksmart, and Booksmart was really good. It reminded me a lot of Superbad with females, and I thought it was just hilarious. The direction was great. I just loved everything about Booksmart. I've been thinking a lot about it since it's been released. I've seen it a few more times since it's been released. It's just such a good film, and I loved watching that movie. So Booksmart, I'm going to go and put in the S section. It's one of the best movies I've seen this summer, and I can really see Booksmart being in the top 10 for me at the end of the year. Next we have Brightburn. I think I expected more from Brightburn. I wanted to see more of like violent scenes because it was like a Superman story gone dark, but it just ended up being average, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the okay section, the C here. I wanted a little more from it. It was okay. Next up we have Brittany Runs a Marathon. I just had a press screening for this a couple weeks ago, and I thought it's a very inspiring film. Jillian Bell gives a really good performance in here. It's a very motivating film. Makes you want to get up and live a healthy lifestyle. She balanced those dramatic moments well with those comedic moments. And I thought it was a really good film. I'm going to go ahead and put in the A section here. Brittany runs a marathon, makes me actually want to go run. So after I saw this movie, I started running. I don't live a very healthy lifestyle, but this movie made me want to do that. Next we have Child's Play. I thought Child's Play was decent. Not the best of the series. Could have been a little better. I did like Mark Hamill voicing Chucky. Some of the kills were pretty gruesome, and I think that it was more like a friend to Andy, and I enjoyed the movie. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the B section here. I'm curious to watch it again, probably around October time for Halloween. So maybe my thoughts will change for that film. Next up we have Crawl. Crawl is another kind of like creature film. Alligators, crocodiles. I think alligators, crocodiles. Maybe, I don't know. Inside a house during a storm. Clever idea for a film. I thought it was pretty brutal film. Enjoyed it. Go ahead and put it in the B section. Another film I did not review for you guys over the summer. Just got caught up and didn't get to review it, but I enjoyed the movie. Very claustrophobic film, which paid off in the end. Detective Pikachu. That was a fun film. I want to see more from live action Pokemon movies. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I can't wait for the new games to come out, Sword and Shield, in November. So this movie was a blast to watch. Ryan Reynolds was hilarious. It was so cool to see Mewtwo and Mr. Mime and Pikachu and all these other Pokemon on a live action screen. So it was pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the A section. Very entertaining film. Next up we have Dora and the Lost City of Gold. One of the biggest surprises of the year. I did not expect to enjoy this movie so much. It's such a funny film. I enjoyed like the tongue-in-cheek humor and the references to the show and looking at the camera. It was really funny. I'm going to go ahead and put in the B section here. Enjoyable film. Now we're getting some better films out of the way. And next we got Hobbs and Shaw. I think watching the trailer so many times made me like feel disappointed when watching this movie, because I saw the trailer for every single movie I saw over summer. Hobbs and Shaw was there. And so I feel like I got all the big action scenes in the movie. So like I didn't think there was anything new for me to offer. There was nothing new to offer in the film when I saw it. So I feel like I saw everything. But it was an enjoyable film. I really liked Vanessa Kirby in her role, and Idris Elba was good as the villain. Really great chemistry between The Rock and Jason Statham. Enjoyable Fast and Furious film. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the B. Next up we got Godzilla, King of the Monsters. A lot of people complain about this movie that there wasn't really any good characters. Another film that I'm realizing I didn't review for you guys. I think I saw this one late. I can't remember why I didn't review it. But anyways, visually a stunning film, and I was watching a lot of the older Godzilla movies leading up to this one, and so it was so cool to see Mothra and Godzilla and King Ghidorah and Rodan in the film all duking it out. It was so cool to watch. It was epic. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the A section. A really fun film. Next up we have Good Boys. Probably one of the funniest movies I've seen this summer. I laughed a lot in this film. Really great chemistry amongst the friends. I just enjoyed this movie. It reminded me a lot of Superbad. Booksmart reminded me of Superbad as well. But it's a film that I think I would watch again and again and again and appreciate something new about it each time I saw it. I already seen it twice in theaters. I had a press screening for this mid-July, and then I saw it in theaters when it came out in August, and I still really enjoyed this film. I actually think I have plans to see it on Tuesday, coming up soon again for the third time. Next up we have The Dead Don't Die. I did not like this film at all. I thought it was a really boring film. Could have been really funny. Just really dull comedic moments. I didn't laugh at all in this movie. I really don't like the director too much. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the D section. Trash. I really did not like this movie. The first D movie in here. Next we got John Wick Chapter 3. Whew, I'm just going to put him up there at the S section because John Wick Chapter 3 was epic. It was action-packed. It was everything I wanted from a John Wick film. Just crazy, just adrenaline-pumping film. I can't wait to see a fourth film. Next we have Ma. Octavia Spencer is very creepy in this film. I enjoyed it. It was a simple watch, nothing spectacular. She was disturbing in the film. That's just about it. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the B section here. Got a lot of okay movies, just or good movies this year. A couple S's. Next up, we got Men in Black International. I thought this was a pretty disappointing Men in Black film. I thought the relationship between Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson was great, probably because they were in Thor Ragnarok and Endgame together, but just didn't offer many great action sequences, and it wasn't really funny either. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the C section. It's okay. Next up is, when struggling, Ecco or Ecco? I want to say Ecco. This is a local film, played about over 100 theaters. So I saw it in theaters. I got to, see the film early, and it's a guy who went to a college near me that directed the film, and so I saw some of the set locations, and so I think Ecco it's good for a first-time director. He had filmed some pretty decent action scenes, but the movie was very confusing. The constant back and forth between the past and present just really bogged this film down. It was a pain to get through at times, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in the D section here. Midsommar. Whew, I love Midsommar. Great film. Go ahead and put in the S. Just all around a very disturbing, atmospheric movie that just was just a thrill to watch. Rocketman, another film I did not review for you guys. Really good film. I enjoyed Taron Egerton's performance as Elton John. I enjoy the film. Good movie. Kind of hard to tell. I think it's Scary Stories. Scary Stories was an enjoyable film. I like this movie because it centered around Halloween, so I feel like it's a movie I could watch around Halloween. Some of the monsters got some good screen time, some didn't. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the B section. I enjoyed this film. I know a lot of people didn't. Kind of got like average reviews, but I think I enjoyed this movie more than others. Next up, we got Spider-Man Far From Home. Poor Spider-Man. He's been going through a lot this last week. I've talked a lot about Spider-Man over the last couple weeks. Not going to talk too much about it, but it's in the A section. Mysterio was a great villain. Spider-Man, Tom Holland was awesome in the movie. I enjoyed the movie a lot. Next up, we have The Art of Racing in the Rain. Film I didn't review for you guys. A lot of them in here. But better than I expected. A lot of dog movies. I enjoyed the story more than other dog films. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the C. Kevin Costner was an odd choice to voice a dog. Art of Self-Defense, the film I saw at the Seattle International Film Festival, came out mid-July. I saw it in May. I really like this film. It's really funny. Jesse Eisenberg is really literal in the film. The whole film is like literal, and it's just such an odd kung fu karate film. It's a different experience. If you have seen it, you know what I mean, but it just spirals out of control at the end, makes it just for a rewarding to watch. The Farewell, another film I didn't review for you guys. I contemplated doing it, but I thought, everybody's been reviewing it, so I might as well not. I loved The Farewell. The Farewell made me cry. I was very emotional throughout the whole movie. The Farewell I can easily see being in my top 10 for the end of the year. Pretty much all four of these films right here at the top could be in the top 10 at the end of the year. Farewell, Awkwafina, just wow. Great performance. I loved it. As someone who just recently lost a family member, my grandma passed away last year, it makes it for a hard film to watch. But I think that they handled it all very well. Next up is The Kitchen. Trash. I really did not like that movie. Just very confusing. Didn't make really any sense. And didn't have enough time for the characters to develop at all. Lion King. Disappointed in the film, but it's The Lion King. Lion King's a good story. The animation's pretty good. Timon and Pumbaa, really great relationship in there. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the B section. Next up, we've got The Peanut Butter Falcon. Such an uplifting, heartwarming, just sweet, feel-good comedy. Shia LaBeouf and Zach Gottsagen, I think is pronounced his last name. Really good chemistry in the movie. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the A section. You need to see The Peanut Butter Falcon. I think it just came out recently in theaters, but it's a film that is so adorable. I loved it. Secret Life of Pets 2. I don't really care about the Secret Life of Pets franchise. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the C section. I just think it's silly. Animation works, but it's nothing to run home about. Tolkein, about the author of The Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit books. It was an okay movie. Not the best biography movie I've ever seen, but decent performances. Toy Story 4, I really wanted to like Toy Story 4 more than I did. It pains for me to put this in the B section, but I thought Toy Story 4 kind of changed what I loved about Toy Story 3, and they kind of just altered it a little and made Woody go off in a different direction. You know, not a lot of Buzz and the other characters. It's a story for Buzz. Or a story for Woody. I like Forky in the movie, but it's a film I wanted to love more than I wanted. It's a film that I wanted to love more, but I just didn't. UglyDolls, trash. The background I noticed for UglyDolls is just so plain. It's so boring to look at. It's an upbeat movie. The musics are great. The musical numbers are good, but the background and just the attention to detail is not there. It's just so boring to look at. Even like the perfection part of the story is just, it's boring to stare at. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, S. It's crazy. All 5 of these films I could see in my top 5 of the 10 of the year. So it's like 5 more films need to come along, and Endgame would be there too. So that's like 6 movies already. I really like Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Long movie, great acting. They altered some stories a little bit that were real, but it was a fun film. Pretty crazy ending with the flamethrower with Leonardo DiCaprio, but it was a good movie. And next up we have Dark Phoenix, trash. I didn't really think Dark Phoenix was really all that good. When I watched it, I was like, okay, that was it. I like Sophie Turner in the film, but other than that, there was nothing like good about the movie. I just watched it and it was over. So there you guys have it. All 35 films I saw in theaters this summer from May 1st to now, which was Angel Has Fallen. Good summer for films. You got 5 films there that are great, amazing, perfect films. You also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 amazing good films. Amazing films. A, enjoyable films. B, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 good films. And then you have 7 okay films and 5 trash films. I cannot count very quickly, so I apologize. But how would you rank all of the summer movies you've seen down below? What is your favorite summer movie? What is your least favorite summer movie? Which ones did you see in theaters? Let me know in the comment section down below. It's been a pretty fun summer. Things are going to be a little bit different for me come September, October time. We'll talk later about that. But my name is JustinWatchesMovies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.